Spring Training Spotlight, sponsored by Beacon Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and Mount St. Joseph University.
Red Spring Training is now in full swing, but the biggest story in camp isn't one of the players.
Can the new manager be the difference maker?
Sports Director Joe D continues her live coverage in Arizona.
Yeah, Robert, Tricia, we are live outside of Goodyear Ballpark, where the Reds, matter of fact, will play their first spring training games this coming weekend in just 5 days. And you have to think a lot of the conversations Reds fans will be having in the stands in the ballpark behind me are about the same questions we asked today at Red Spring Training. What will be the Terry Francona effect in his first year as the Reds manager? At a spring training camp loaded with stories and stars, the headliner is Cincinnati's new manager.
What have been your first impressions of Terry Francona?
The energy.
A two-time World Series winning manager, Terry Francona is here to hand-deliver the kind of baseball Reds fans expect.
What I think is so cool is he didn't have to come back to baseball. His resume speaks for itself. He's 100% in the Hall of Fame, but obviously he felt that urge, he felt that need, and he picked Cincinnati for a reason.
Are you re-energized?
Yeah.
A different energy is the phrase Ellie De La Cruz and TJ Friedel both used. A different manager, and now a different expectation of winning.
What expectation did you want to set?
Just that we're going to practice and play the game respectfully and all out, and our goal is to try to do it better than every team we compete against.
There's just kind of like a confident air. It feels like this team is preparing to make a run here. Terry Francona, he seems like a spark plug. Awesome guy. Definitely a guy you want to play your heart out for.
Do you get the sense how excited Cincinnati is to have you in your position?
I do feel a big responsibility. I mean, I'm here to help, and I take that very seriously. And I'll try to do everything in my power to make sure they do everything in their power to play the game right. It'll never change.
Yeah, Terry Francona told me today during that conversation he woke up at 4 this morning already in a lather, that excited to get to spring training and to work with this young Reds team that is expected to take a bigger step this year. But does he think Cincinnati can win a World Series? That part of our conversation as we continue our coverage here at Red Spring Training next hour. Live outside of Goodyear Ballpark with videographer Austin Brisky, I'm Joe Danneman. Rob and Tricia, back to you.
Hey, Joe, did you get any special good vibes from any of the guys that you talked today? Somebody that was really, I know you talked to Ellie, but anybody that was super hyped to be there on the field?
Yeah, one guy that I was really interested in talking to was Brady Singer. We all remember Jonathan India. Jonathan India was traded to Kansas City for Brady Singer to come here to Cincinnati. Now, Brady played in the playoffs last season, and I said, does this at all feel like Kansas City? He said, you know what, it does. Kansas City was on the rise a couple of years ago, and he said here in Cincinnati, or out here in Goodyear with Cincinnati, he says he has that same kind of feeling of a team who's just ready to break through. So that's a guy, Tricia, who understands what it's like to go from losing to winning, and now he's here with the Reds and kind of senses that here with this ball club.
It's like the first day in a new school.
Anything's possible.
Yes.
Yeah. Jody, thank you very much.
As spring training gets started, remember, download the FOX19 Sports app. You can do it. You can scan that QR code right there. That's that easy. You can also search FOX19 in your app store. From Reds, Bengals, FC Cincinnati, our 19 on the Clock podcast. That's really cool as well. You can find it all on the FOX19 Sports app.